You cut and edit it.
Yeah, well, I'll pause it when I'm done,
Okay.
and I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
Yeah. First of all, I'm sorry, Melissa, we couldn't make it to your class.
yeah,
You've been in our actual classroom a few times, but I was hoping to be there to see you as a student out there, a college student, and so sorry I couldn't make it, but I'm at the state basketball tournament, so I have a good excuse.
So, Mr. Witzig, how many years have you been teaching?
I've been teaching 22 years,
22
and
years.
then 10 or 11 years with Miss Palma.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, 12, something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, we've been teaching together a long time. We teach world history together. You teach some other classes. What other classes do you teach?
Yeah, I teach U.S. history and AP government are the regular classrooms I teach.
So this is a group of, practicum students, special educators that might co-teach someday. I guess, what's your best advice for them meeting their gen ed teacher? What would you like to say?
Yeah, I think when I met Miss Palma 10 years ago when they put us together, they didn't ask me. The administration just said, hey, this is going to be the person you're with, and you're going to have some learning disability students in your class. So many times a general ed teacher has no choice or wasn't consulted or they were just told this is what's going to happen. So I think the first thing that Miss Palma did was she said, I don't know very much about world history, but I am willing to learn, and I don't want to just be in the back of the classroom. And so I thought, okay, I'm not just going to have her sit in the back, and I'm going to put her to work. We're going to work together, and it's been a great relationship, and it actually has made my teaching a lot easier and better because I have another person in the room who's an educational a teacher that's helping all the students in there. So it's been great for the 28 students in there, and it's been great for me as a teacher to learn some of the different methods that she has brought to the table.
I like that. I like that a lot. I think that we do work well off each other when it comes to meeting the needs of all the students, not just students in regular education, but even those students who are AP and honors, and we work really hard to challenge them. We remember that they're in the room too. And then if we need to, I'll just pause it and go on to maybe this one here. So what about roles in the classroom? Like, what do you see our roles as being?
Yeah, it's been nice that we've taught so long together that now we know the curriculum, and there's a lot of times where even in the summer, Ms. Palma will send me a link of an article or something that she's learned about China that we teach about in January. So we're constantly bouncing ideas off each other, new ideas off each other. But our roles in the classroom is they vary greatly. Sometimes she's kind of leading the class, or sometimes I'm leading the class. But some like little things that she does, a lot of the makeup work when students are gone or absent, regardless of who they are, they go to her for makeup work to start class. And so that's a real big help for me because I'll forget who's gone and things like that. So it's very nice to have another person who's just doing a lot of little things. And so one of her roles is doing makeup work. One of my roles is maybe some more of the content, but it's things that we are constantly sharing and working on with each other.
I think, too, that one of the roles that we like to define is even if, just those housekeeping things, like a pass comes in the room. If you have two teachers in the room and a pass comes in, and sometimes they give it to one teacher and sometimes they give it to the other teacher, it's kind of nice to have that one person say, you know what, I'll handle all the passes. In or out, doesn't matter. I'm going to be the one that's going to watch the clock and make sure students are leaving on time. Certain passes come in our room that say immediate. Certain passes come in the room that say at the end of the period. It's just easier if you have one teacher kind of taking care of that. And then there's no confusion about, I gave it to so-and-so or whatever. And even now we have student teachers in the room. It's good to keep one person in charge of doing the passes. So then we pause again. What is one struggle or something a challenge that you think maybe we had or that maybe you've had in another co-teaching situation?
Yeah, maybe a struggle that I've had with co-teachers, and it's not so much with Ms. Palma. Before I had her full time for the last 10 years, I had some other co-teachers, and it's just hard if I felt like some of the people I co-taught with before were not doing just the little things, extra things. They would just show up for class. They didn't want to meet about the curriculum, or they just were worried about their 6 students in the room or 8 students in the room. They weren't thinking of all 28. And what I've learned from Janine is that all 28 benefit from having her in the room and her expertise. And just little things like when we do group work, she's takes the time to put 4 students of different abilities in a group. In the past, I would just say, hey, get with your friend and start working, or you 4 get together, and then sometimes we had groups that were not working well, and things like that. So just the tools that she has and the things that she's learned that has brought to my classroom has really helped all 28 of our students.
Okay, and then maybe just as a final note, anything that you want to put out there to them, words of wisdom, advice, as we are maybe going to say goodbye to them.
Right. I would say, you hear a lot of negative things about the teaching profession right now with money issues, and public school teachers get blamed for a lot of things. But when you get in a classroom with your 28 students, and like in our case, coach